Thank you for being here. And
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, we just got our new talent walked in the building. It's a name you've probably heard if you've been in the scene, especially around in the Hill Country and as far as Texas can go. It's played in, Starlight Theater in Terralingua, the Iron Horse Pub in Wichita Falls, and the songwriter Alaskan Cruise. You name it, this guy has done it. We got Mr. Stephen K. Morris in the building. How you doing, sir?
I'm well, and happy to be back. This is kind of like a reunion I look forward to every year. Pizza party, raise money for a good cause, and
that's what
we brought our friends this week.
I was going to say we have some extra people in the studio. Yes.
They're being well behaved. You should have seen them out in the lobby.
It's because I threatened. I said, you be quiet when you walk in here. I did. All those years of her doing it to me. No.
Yeah.
We're here to have a good time. That's all it's gonna.
We're having a good time.
So it's going to be a good time. Mr. Stephen K. Morris, how are we doing? What have we been up to lately?
Life is good. I've been clearing dead oak off my property.
Oh,
that's kind of the home life right now. My wife and I, Eva, we bought a house last year out between Doss and Harper. So
okay, yeah.
We're way out there. We got a little drive, which it's a great unwinding little drive when we come home from the work we do. And anyhow, we've been enjoying our new place and cleaning property.
That's one thing, too, that I like to ask artists, too. It's like, at what point does your social meter go to full to... Does it ever get there for you?
Ours is, we flip it on and off just like a light switch.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we're social people.
Exactly.
We enjoy company, company of friends, company of fans, just about.
Shannon and Annie really, put it into good perspective where it's a lot of good people just helping good people, but also just pushing each other by just, being good at what you do and pushing others to, keep on, keeping up. It's a really cool sight to see, especially around here in Fredericksburg.
It really is. We've got I say it every year, and I'll keep saying it because it's true. We've got such a great community around us. The folks that come to Fredericksburg are expecting to support, the local musicians and businesses, and we just are really fortunate. But that light switch, we moved a little further into West Gillespie County, and about halfway to our place, the switch goes off, and we get our quiet time.
Yeah,
and it makes it more rewarding when we come out and do our jobs,
Good recharge period to where,
absolutely.
You're not Stephen K. Morris, the singer-songwriter. You're Stephen K. Morris, the husband/landowner.
Yeah, which, that bleeds on from one side to the next.
Eventually it'll coincide with one another, which is really cool to see.
That's a conversation you have with my wife. She goes, okay, honey, turn it off.
So what do we, aside from the home life, as far as music-wise, where have we been? People have been seeing you recently?
Oh, locally this year, summer was a little slow for me, probably by design because of the new property and projects I've been doing. But you see me a lot, probably monthly at Wild Seed Farms, William Chris Vineyards, quite a few of the 290 venues. Recently this year, I think what used to be Lone Star Bar, it's called The Top now. I'm out there every couple months, and in between some random gigs that come up. There's always the random or the ones I drive off to that are away from our community. But I stay real busy,
Got to. Yes, sir.
So.
Well, I'll let you have the floor for this first one. Let's. Where are you taking us to on this first song?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Let's see where we go. Again, we got Stephen K. Morris right here in the building, KNAF AM 910 with New Horizons, 830-997-2197. Mr. Morris, this floor is all yours.
Thank you, sir. Drigo, it's good to meet you, too. I just want to say that. And you sound great on the airwaves here. K-Fan's a special place.
Much appreciated, sir. It's once I talked to Miss Jan and Miss Fritz, I really kind of read up on the place. It's a historical place to where, it kind of gets overshadowed by the satellite radios and stuff like that. But it's a special station that's really here in Gillespie County for sure.
We're lucky to have it in this town. Terrestrial radio is going a bit by the wayside, and it's good to have the FM and the AM, and of course, great signal out there online.
Yep, TexasRebelRadio.com. So
many times. I'm sorry to be tuning while we're doing this.
Hey, no, you're fine. This is more just a conversation with a good cause behind it.
Yeah.
We're just podcasting here at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like I said, we are recording everything to where hopefully we'll be able to publish everything again to where people can sit back, watch this, listen to some good music, and just get some more information about New Horizons to where it's always on people's mind where they click on Texas Rebel Radio on the website, wherever the case may be. This is going to be around for a little bit too.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm going to start with a song that is new. I've only sang this in public once or twice, and we're behind closed doors, so how public could it be other than the thousands of listeners waiting to dial that phone for New Horizons?
We just average about 86,000 daily listeners, nothing too big.
No, not worldwide.
I bet we have a few extra friends out there listening today. So a few years ago, I did a trip over to Norway and Amsterdam and London and Paris. And Amsterdam was a part of the vacation part of the trip. I played a bunch of music around Norway, and my wife and I did all the hot spots you do in Europe when it's your first trip over.
Right.
Part of this song's true, like many of mine. Part of it's true, part of it's fiction. You just gotta
roll with it.
Figure it out. That's your job.
Yes, sir.
For anybody that's ever tried to light a cigar in the rain, I rambled down the 9 little streets at the corner of stand by and leave, and I fumbled for the cigar I'd carried far from home in a foreign land after the fall of the Berlin Wall. A stranger ashore has time to burn, and I'm looking for midnight calling in a place with no madness pressing, harder than finding rest in a dry place to smoke. Soon enough she showed herself in the red glowing lights of an alleyway. This haven seemed quite assured, though nothing less and nothing more than shelter for a soldier walking in the slowly falling Amsterdam rain. Six was the name of the tender, and he called her his only mistress as he furled the green-eyed absence to anyone looking and willing to turn their days to dreams. Well, I ordered a dram to deaden the cold. I'd gathered in the hard north winds from the storms slowly dying, making waves crossing the eye of the great North Sea. High times were hanging low like the morning fog, sure to roll from the blazing heads that filled the air with a soundtrack of words and laughter that go on before and after in the slowly falling Amsterdam rain. I read the name of the cigar I'd craved and thought about his ancient trades cut from the crops of distant lands, and if he knew his leaves might burn in the freer hands of a man like me. As I struck my flame to light my smoke, I heard the words I thought were a joke from the voice of six in perfect time. He'd douse my fires, they'd read the signs, only weed, no tobacco in my bar. My daydreams were fading fast, perfect moments never meant to last, like the green-eyed mistress and attendant, shadow dancing in a tabooed haze, brick-clad lanes forevermore, in the slowly falling Amsterdam rain. like the morning fog should have rolled from the blazing heads that filled the air with a soundtrack of words and laughter that echo on before and after in the slowly falling Amsterdam rain. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
That is cool. That was cool. And so, like, as I was reading your bio, where it said, you know, it's a whenever people go see you, it's a mentally stimulating thing because it's at the end of the day, you're a storyteller.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. Most of the songs I write tell some sort of story. You know,
Yeah.
some of them are more vague than other ones. That one is a little more descriptive of the scene.
Right, yeah.
So,
that red light alley, I wonder where that could have been. But
yeah, if you've been to Amsterdam. I did not walk down that alley. You know, we might have walked
just a passerby,
and just, you know, because you got to see what the culture's like.
Absolutely, you got to check it off the box and once say, I did it, you know.
But there is some fantasy in that. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, you know, I believe, what was it, 2019? It was a full album with Mr. Nye.
The Hustler's Fool.
Yes, Hustler's Fool.
Yeah, that one was 2019, right before the old pandemic.
Yeah,
and,
how'd that go for you?
It was perfect timing to take those boxes of brand new vinyl records and CDs and promptly pack them up and stick them in the closet while you sat at home and did.
The world stops for you.
Yeah, but we did a lot of playing online and actually had a lot of folks that don't get to see us here locally tune in. And so we still moved CDs and vinyl, and it was, you know, so we released it right before the pandemic, right about 2020, and it turned out fine. Yeah, we got it done.
It works out the way it needs to.
And here we are years later already, which, you know,
6 years. It doesn't feel like it was 6 years ago.
It doesn't. It makes me really urgently need to get the pen and finish a few more songs and get a new record out.
I was going to say we'll chat about that one here in a second. You know, as far as what we got in the works and stuff. Like you just said, that was one that hasn't really been.
That's
sung
a brand new
yet.
song, and y'all are probably the first 5 or 6 people to really hear it.
I'm telling you, we're getting full exclusives right here on KNAF AM 910 with New Horizons in the building, along with Stephen K. Morris and a lot more others coming in here in a little bit later. But Mr. Stephen, you know, you've been playing music for how long has it been already now?
Well, you know, I've been playing the guitar gig, as you would say, in some form, even if it was just jams, since 2000 or I'm sorry, even before that, 98. Yeah. 1998, back in the last century. But I've been doing it full time, short of pandemic days, for about 10 or 12 years. Before that, it was jams and festivals and a gig or two here and there. Right. I played music in school, so this is almost a lifetime endeavor to play some form of music. I learned theory and and playing a saxophone in the concert and band hall.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And so, like, how did you finally just like flip that switch to say, you know what, hey, let's go ahead and try this thing, you know, as Stephen K. Morris, like how did that go for you?
Truly flipping the switch was like, what, I need something to do, because I always liked writing, I liked playing and trying to learn this instrument, and it came together, I guess, in the early teens, 10 or 11, I was starting to be able to play, you know, and string a bunch of songs together. I worked in Dallas as a contractor for many years. I did commercial. I was a project manager and in a commercial environment, contracting.
Keeping that 9 to 5 going.
But you can only stay in the city so long. And my weekends were full of trips to places like Lukenbach, and everybody knows Lukenbach here. So when the market kind of tanked around 10, 11, things were changing in Dallas for work, and personal life was changing. So I packed my thimble and of clothes and a couple guitars, and
we got to go. We got to get going,
because I was already spending all my gas money to get here.
We got to make a play somewhere, and this is going to be it.
So about 11, I moved down here. And took off from there. Hondo's was the first place I played in town, and I still play Hondo's today, and a great place.
Legendary.
You know?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So Lukenbach, still get out there some. And it's just, our community's blessed with lots of art and music. and a great community that supports the causes that we jump on board and support.
There's so many, and so it's hard to say donate to us because there's so many good causes around here. But if you can spare $1 or two, we love New Horizons is like you said, a great organization, and thank you for being here and helping the listeners stay tuned.
I'm so happy to be here again, and every year it's rewarding.
How many years have you done?
I've probably done this. Jerry Sotelo could probably tell you, but I think around 14 or 15 I came out the first time the year 15.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's still about 10 years. Yeah.
That'd be 10 years.
It's at least 8.
Man,
I bet it's 7 or 8. I've missed one maybe since then, just out of schedule conflict. But
wow,
7 or 8. Possibly 10 years.
An extra big thank you.
I have a good memory, but it's not very long.
No, well, we appreciate George and I appreciate it, because if not, him and I would have to sing. And I don't know, George, do you sing?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well,
George, it's good to be here with you again.
Thank you.
I see you every year for the last few years, and
right.
I'm glad to be sitting next to you again.
Yes, sir. It sure is.
Yeah.
It's good to be here, and I have relocated to Midland.
Oh, is that right?
I'm playing some restaurants out there and things.
Excellent.
With my one-man band, and I was telling the last one is. Good thing about me is I get up there and don't get nervous because I don't see anybody. Think I'm by myself.
I close my eyes pretty regular if I feel any kind of nerves. So if y'all see me close my eyes, you know mine and George's.
You don't tell anybody, George?
No.
Full of them today. It's like a little comedy show.
I've been listening, and it's just his short little zingers that people just.
Well, y'all didn't have. That's free. Y'all didn't have to pay for that.
We're getting shows left and right here today on KNAF.
You can tell we've done this together a few times.
The chemistry's there, absolutely.
There you go. You're the new guy.
I am. I'm the guy looking outside in. I'm trying to fit in. That's all I'm trying to do here.
My nerves are definitely less this year than 3 years ago.
Good.
Getting more comfortable.
Well, she called me the first year we did it together, and she was about to have a cow. Oh no, I can't do this by myself.
I can't. No.
I said, yes, you can.
I'm nervous. I'm shaking right
now.
All right. Yeah.
Well, which one of you jokers has the phone number so our friends out there can call in and donate towards New Horizons?
Well, I think I've got a little memorized right now.
I'm going to get this tattooed on my forehead.
830-997-2197.
There it is.
Yeah, phone number to call to donate.
Or NewHorizonsFBG.com.
And there's a bunch of women out there talking, and guys too. Call and give them something to do. They're just
they need something.
Telling stories and
just eating pizza. That's all they're doing.
And so they need
they're eating too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're eating pizza.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think they have a deal going where they can't have another drink or a piece of pizza until somebody calls and donates.
Oh, and one thing I did want to remind you. One of the board members, Connie Pressler, graduated in 1969, and they're having from Fredericksburg, and they're having a 56th reunion in a couple of weeks, and she donated $1,000 to New Horizons, and she's challenging all of her classmates. So if you're in Connie Pressler's class, 69, call, and she wants you to donate $1,000, and if you know Connie, or make a donation. If you know Connie, she won't forget if you don't.
She's going to hold it to you.
Well, we have another face in here that's pretty famous around
I'm
Cape
telling
Fan.
you.
He's trying to hide.
I forgot where.
Yeah, they can see your face.
And KNAF.
Facebook,
whoa,
the whole 9 yards.
We're being videotaped.
Jerry Sotelo's in the house.
Oh, is Jerry in? Hi, Jerry.
Alpine beat Balmorhea every year.
That's right. But not anymore. Balmorhea wins state, man.
For those just tuning in, there's a little bit of football rivalry going on between Jerry and George.
Yeah, I grew up in Balmorhea, Texas, and he grew up in Alpine. So we were football rivals, and He said, but we were also stock show rivals. I used to stock show against the Alpine kids.
Is that right?
I'm telling you.
We hear a lot of good stories about Alpine, Texas from Jerry. And
I didn't raise animals, I raised hell.
Somebody had to.
I used to work at the Pecos radio station. We would interview kids at stock shows, and this little girl I knew, she was showing hogs, and I said, "What'd you show today?" She said, "Hogs." And I said, "What place did she get?" She said, "I got grand champion." I said, "How'd your hog do?"
Oh my gosh.
George!
We've gone off the rails.
Bill Randall Cole was not happy with me.
Did the big BRC fire you?
No, but he wanted to. He said, "Don't do that funny stuff." So you're the only one who can get by with it. They'd run me out of town if I did. So,
I know him well.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, here we go.
Give us another song.
Yeah, we're here, KAF Live here with New Horizons, 830-997-2197. Get to dialing. We'd love to talk to you, give a chat. No amount is too big or too small. We're thankful for everything that y'all do, and hopefully y'all are enjoying the music that we're giving y'all here. We got Stephen K. Morris. Mr. Sir, you can go ahead and have the building again. It's all yours.
Right, man. That's a dangerous comment to throw my way.
Take it.
But much appreciated. Thank
yes,
y'all
sir.
for having me again. And Jerry, what was the first year I did this?
The Radiothon?
Yes, sir.
At least a year after I got here. So it's been 9 years ago, 10 years ago.
We said 8 to 10 years.
You think you missed one because of COVID, I think.
That's right. We missed that year, but the show went on, and
you survived.
I survived. We're all healthy and happy and playing songs for New Horizons.
So
today.
it's stuff that we don't worry about.
That's right, which leads right into this song, Gary.
How did I know?
It's almost like you know my set list. Drigo, you don't know this song, but when I was a kid, I worried too much.
All right, I'm with you.
And my mother, being the wise woman she is, she noticed. And she said, "Son, don't worry about that stuff. It's small potatoes. It's small potatoes. Worry warts make mounds of molehills. A pessimist cup has never been filled. And old neighbor Jones, he's always had enough. I'm so tired of this keeping up. I got a cat by the tail. I got a pail. I fill my own pail. It's small potatoes." When you miss a line, it's small potatoes. Now worry warts make mounds of molehills. A pessimist cup has never been filled. And old neighbor Jones, he's always had enough. I'm so tired of this keeping up. I got a cat by the tail. I gotta fill my own pail. It's small potatoes. It's a sing-along, Drigo.
Get it.
It's small potatoes. That's it. This next verse is for my grandmother. She's a walking habit of the Dust Bowl days. Gert stretches dollars at the 5 and dime. Buries all her problems back of the garden and only pays interest on borrowed time. Turns sow's ears to purses of silk. Never sits crying over spilt milk. It's small potatoes. It's small potatoes. There you go, Megan. George is in there. Appreciate my Spud choir singing along. Well, in a glass house you shouldn't throw stones. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Just the pot calling the kettle black. It's 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. Make a right turn, you got it made. When you get lemons, make lemonade. It's small potatoes. It's small potatoes. Yes. Well, another day and barely a dollar. A penny saved is a penny earned. I keep my nose to the grindstone, singing cliches about lessons learned. When you're by yourself, you're never alone. Is the grass greener on the other side? Only if you're from Balmorhea. It's small potatoes. It's small potatoes. The first time I was at Lukenbach, Texas, this Yankee friend of mine said, "Stephen, they're not small potatoes. They're tiny tubers." Well, I didn't know what that meant. I thought that was a little guy floating down the river. The second time I sang this song, this guitar playing friend of mine who knew all his chords, he said, "Stephen, they're not small potatoes. They're diminutive spuds." It's small potatoes. It's small potatoes. Now, Jerry's wife, Ida, is my personal Spanish tutor. And after about 8 years, I can say 2 or 3 words.
Didn't say she's a good one.
You said it. One of those words is small potatoes. That's 2 of the 3 I know. Small potatoes in Spanish sounds like papitas. But you know, we're in this German community, and small potatoes in German, well, it sounds like kleinen Kartoffel. Small potatoes. Here you go. It's small potatoes. And of course, George, you know, small potatoes in French, well, that's French fries. It's small potatoes. Or petite pomme de terre. It's small potatoes. Well, I guess my point is, it don't matter how you say it, just say it. If you're having a bad day, it'll put a smile on your face. It's small potatoes. One more time, y'all. It's small potatoes.
Hey, Stephen, there's a little poem you need to include with that.
Is this one we can tell on the radio?
Yes. It says, "Dear optimist, pessimist, and realist, while y'all were arguing about how full the water glass is, I drank it." Signed, Opportunist.
Opportunist. I'll have to get you to say that again before I leave. Well, thank y'all for singing along. That has always been a little sing-along, and it started
That's
out...
awesome.
I wrote that many years ago, and when all my nieces and nephews and kids around were small, I'd sing that at the house. It was always a hit at Christmas and Thanksgiving. and now in the wineries and bars amongst Gillespie County and Texas, therefore the world, as Mike Blakely would say.
Go ahead and put it on a shirt. It's small potatoes. At the end of the day, whatever big problem you think it is, it's small potatoes.
That's right, brother.
And French fries.
And French fries. And so, like, the more I keep on reading, so what was Moms on Friday nights in Wichita Falls like?
That's the grandmother that I was talking about, and what Moms was, when she passed about 5 years ago, she was 87 or 88.
Okay.
She passed the same week she was still tilling and mowing a yard, tilling a garden, and the lady was pretty incredible. She was a widowed woman since she was about 35.
Man.
She never remarried, but she bought a bar, and it was called Moms in Wichita Falls. And there's musicians that a generation above me that knew the bar. Okay. I never knew Mom's bar.
Right.
But I knew Mom's bar because she couldn't get away from it. She kind of quasi-adopted musicians from all over that traveled through the town, and I grew up in that neighborhood, so I met her through family, and as I started playing guitar and visiting. Anyhow, she had a bar in the back of her house. She had a pool table, the infamous Coors Light, the neon, and at the end of the bar, she sat behind the bar every night. Not every night. We'd meet on Fridays or Saturdays or both. Sometimes Friday would turn into Saturday most of the time.
Right.
While we were still there, and if the bar light was on, it was time to get a cold drink and visit. It wasn't just music; it was visiting and really being amongst people that just out in the world. So, as a 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old is kind of like learning about the world from behind her bar. And
Stephen, I think you told me once that she was like your second mom or a grandmother.
She's like my second grandmother, I'd say. And she canned all her garden, so I learned so much. I mean, I can still walk around and say the names of plants that I don't even realize I know, but I know them from her. And so the first jam experience I had, or pick and circle, or a guitar pool. It's called many different things, but it's a low key, off the cuff circle you get in with musicians, and you just trade songs. And sometimes there's a audience behind you that are not musicians, and sometimes it's just the musicians, and it's kind of your learning ground. And that's where I first started playing music. And Mom was just an incredible woman, and her name was Johnny Denon. But she did not go by that. She went by Mom, and she has one daughter that's her own biological child, but she had probably hundreds of adopted kids that went through that home, and she became like a second parental unit of some sort. I don't know how you describe her. If I've just met somebody and they know about that time in my life, I say she's like a second grandmother. But she went by Mom, which meant mother of many. And anyway, that's she truthfully did house children that had needs to be housed, that were either out of their own parents' house. But she also hosted itinerant musicians and folks coming through on the weekends.
The doors open if the lights on.
She used to make what she called band stew, and if she knew one of the local bands was in town that we were all going to go see at the Iron Horse Pub you mentioned earlier, she'd make what she called band stew, and we'd do the pub thing and then go to her house and have stew.
That's awesome.
And have a guitar jam, you know. It was cool. So that was my breaking in grounds of doing this thing I've been doing for so many years now. So
like that was just like kind of a stepping stone for you to just evolve into, kind of what eventually led to where you are right now.
That was before I'd written any songs and put them to guitar, where you're just sitting following along with other people's music, or we'd all do popular songs that everybody kind of knew the melody to and learn how to play.
Right. So that's even before with Small Potatoes.
That was way before Small Potatoes, but not too long, because that was one of the first few songs I wrote,
And what was that for you like, as far as saying, like, let me try my knack at putting pen to paper and seeing how it goes?
Well, like, writing stories was something I did even as a child. So writing a story and then having I had this memory the other day, writing a story, and at school I didn't come back around to a character that was in the front, that I left in suspense. And this is like when I'm in 6th grade, and I never left my mind that I didn't tie up the loose ends. So when I started writing to actually put a song together, I thought, you got to kind of tie the loose ends up and make it whole, a beginning, middle, and end. And so I don't know, it was just experimental, I guess, the whole time. Every song to this day is an experiment. There's no...
We're throwing it, see if it's going to hit.
To some degree, there's no right or wrong. But but I guess when I first got in it, it was always reflecting on whatever the hardest English teacher you had in class that, made you learn all your spelling and grammar. And
Miss Glendine Underwood in Mason, Texas. I'll never forget her.
Mine was
Miss... call out by name.
Mine was our junior or senior year, Miss Black. And I barely speak English. She would not be proud of the way I speak, but but I generally can write some lines and make them understandable. So you take all those things and you just experiment, and you hope it in some way is listenable, and you start with something that means something to you, and then you let it go into the world and see if it means something to anybody else.
That's really it's a cool outlook to see of you're going from first person to kind of a third person for somebody else in a way. It's a cool turnaround for how a song can work for relatability in people's lives. It's really cool.
As you keep writing, you find new ways, challenges to write. Sometimes you challenge yourself in those very things, like first person or third person, or you make a dialogue sometimes. So there's different, just basic English tools or grammar tools, whatever language you're in.
Like you said, it's a storyteller at the end of the day. Whether you want it to be or not, it's going to end up telling the story somehow. It's cool. Right. Absolutely. Cool. We're here on KNAF AM 910 with Mr. Stephen K. Morris, but also the main reason why we're here, I'm sorry, Mr. Morris, but New Horizons is in the building.
But the main reason.
I understand.
The Megan reason.
No, the Megan reason.
The Megan reason.
The Megan reason.
That's what we're learning tonight.
We're getting so many T-shirt ideas right now. I'm telling you, we need to start writing this down.
We'll make the money next year. We'll just sell T-shirts with all of our great little slogans. But thank you, Stephen,
You're welcome.
for being here. For the Radiothon. It's our 38th annual Radiothon for New Horizons of Gillespie County. Money raised during this event helps keep New Horizons open for our neighbors and our community with special needs. And so many of you support us faithfully year after year, including you, Stephen.
Yes.
You've been here singing for many years, and that's just as great of a donation. Your time and being here is great, especially on a Saturday evening in this town. I mean, I'm sure you've gave up a gig to be here.
Well,
so thank you.
Fortunately, I didn't today. I played one at Wild Seed Farms, and I came right over. So.
Well, and on that, where else do you play in town? If
we kind of covered it,
okay,
but lots of the wineries and occasionally Lukenbach still. The new place, the Top Out on 290. I play a lot of the venues around town.
Do you have a
every
set time
couple
when you
months?
play? Okay.
Yeah, right. I'd have to go to my calendar to figure out where I'm going next.
Well, since you're here on your time, feel free to do a little shout out for your gigs and everything too.
Thank you.
So thank you, and I want to kind of name a couple of businesses real quick that have called in. Or mailed in or called in. Like I said earlier, Crinwell Motors, thank you. And Timber and Stone Builders, Bierschwal Credit. We've got Cotton Gin Texas LLC and Lisa Krieg Capital Farm Credit. And as well as Mustard Designs. All you businesses out there, thank you so much for your donation. And like I said, it's a 501c3 tax deductible, so if you or your business would like to make a donation, give us a call. It's 830-997-2197. And we'll listen to some more music and maybe get some phone calls between now and the song.
And
any amount doesn't matter. It could be big or small potatoes. That didn't work very well, but it was.
We can get there.
I still haven't had any wine yet, so that was.
It worked perfect.
Because if we overthink it, then that's making small potato.
I'm not going to drive you home if you have too much wine.
George didn't drive you home.
That's pretty funny if you know George.
If you know George.
If you know George, then you know the joke there.
So I was going to up the ante. I know there's listeners out there, and I'll throw out a little wager there, or a proposition that I'll bring 4 of my vinyl records up here. The last album I released was The Hustler's Fool, and I have a few vinyl left. I don't have many of those left. But why don't we do $75 for each one, 4 of them? So if the listeners out there are listening, you'll get something back. It's an album, and it has lots of my songs on there. And but the main thing is you're donating to New Horizons. That helps folks with developmental challenges. It helps them in their home, with work. I've done this so long, I kind of know the spiel. But
I'm gonna go wait outside. Y'all got this.
We'll throw that out there. So I'll bring 4 of my last vinyl album, which is kind of hopefully a collectible now, because I don't have many of them. I only printed 200 to begin with.
That's awesome.
K-Fan has one on the wall somewhere over here, and they spin that record pretty regularly, which
Very nice.
I much appreciate. So $75 donation. Tell them that you want to donate $75 and come get one of those vinyls at K-Fan or KNAF right out here at Texas Rebel Radio.
So 4 albums, $75 each.
That's right.
So 4 donations, yeah.
75 or more.
Yep, and I'll bring them back up here to the station this week, and you can pick them up right here at the station.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
We'll tell Jerry. Well, you know about it, so you'll know who. They'll give you the names of them, so that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, so that'll kick that pot up just a little bit.
Hopefully,
and keep those donations coming in.
Absolutely, Mr. K. Morris. We got all the time in the world. The show is yours.
Perfect.
Wherever you want to take us to next, we're all ears.
I like the way you think.
Hey.
Anything else you want to throw in, Drigo?
Like I said,
totally happy.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like we said, no donation is too big or too small. Whether the means of the wallet or anything like that, we have the post up on New Horizons on KNAF. If you just want to share the post that we have that we're live right now doing this, maybe somebody that can see it on your Facebook and just start the chain reaction of somebody can get. If we can get somebody to click, then hopefully we get somebody to call in. That's all it really takes. If the means of your wallet can't do a monetary donation, sharing on Facebook or social media is just as good. So, because maybe the next person can, So, like I said, we're having a great time here. It's all for a good cause, and the good energy and good vibe is in the building for sure. We got good music, good food, good drinks, whether it's adult beverages or just water on the table, Topo Chico's. We're having good times. And
absolutely,
Mr. Stephen K. Morris is guiding us through a journey through small potatoes or wherever the case may be. So
yeah, we were in Amsterdam first.
We're going to Amsterdam. We're
with small potatoes,
French fries, and
yeah,
we're all over the place.
Red light road.
we were close.
Close to the red light.
We could see the glowing red light.
But it was all small potatoes.
That's right. Well, I tell you what, I'll take you all the way back home. I grew up in Iowa Park, Texas, and that's right outside of Wichita Falls. We were a stone throw from the Red River. And quick shout out to John Arthur Martinez. He texted me the other day, and he said, Waldo's on air playing small potatoes. So I know John Arthur Martinez was here earlier, and he texted me just the other day. It seems to be a habit us musicians have. If we hear one of our songs playing, we'll text the one that's playing and say, K-Fan's got you going again, man. And or KNAF, both of them. All the stations here at Texas Rebel. So, as y'all know, or as you can see, I'm pretty relaxed in here. I like my home station.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
fun. Thank y'all very much. I'll take you on this journey towards Iowa Park, Texas.
Let's go.
Where I say, you'll know when you're there when the locals say, welcome to Iowa Park, because that's the way we talk. George, you've been there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And you remember them saying Iowa.
Iowa.
This song is called Foley Drive, and it's where I grew up, if I ever grew up. I'm not sure I did. Wash your hands, say your prayers, clean your plate, push in your chair. Wait your turn, pretend you care, mind your manners on the go. These were things we had to know, and one more thing, be back home before that street light shines. Down on Foley Drive. It was fireflies and mason jars that led our way to see the stars out in the backyard with my first dog, Max. Look up there at the comet, where on earth will it hit? Daddy laughed aloud, don't worry now, not on Foley Drive. Where school days brought teaching, Sundays preaching, It weren't nothing our mama didn't know. Summer days for scheming and winter days dreaming, quiet nights sleeping like a log down on Foley Drive. There was cap guns and cowboy boots, cotton rope and hula hoops, make broken bows for arrows flung, front yard wars for bragging rights. There was straw hats and sweatbands made outlaws and Indians in the fairy tale land where we played. We were down on Foley Drive. Where you could find us. If we turn the clock back now, would it feel like it did before? If it does, am I the same? If it don't, am I to blame? Poor world gone insane. In spite of Foley Drive, I got you first, you can't shoot, I give up, but don't give a hoot. Call it a draw, start over now with the words that we used. We wore holes in our souls, patches on our jeans, not knowing someday how we'd dream. We'd dream of Foley Drive and how to get back there. West school days brought teaching, Sundays preaching. It weren't nothing our mama didn't know. Summer days for scheming and winter days dreaming, quiet nights sleeping like a log down on Foley Drive. Oh, I can hear that old train passing through Iowa Park right now. I bet it still just has one blinking light. Ah, it's always nice to think of home. And I'm so blessed to have found Fredericksburg. It's a lot like that little town with a tourist habit, and we love them. We're out on Foley Drive. Thank you all.
There we go. Foley Drive with Stephen K. Morris. We're here on KNAF AM 910 with New Horizons. 830-997-2197. And Mr. Morris, that was a Foley Drive, right?
Yes, sir. That one's on the Hustler's Fool. That's the album I told the listeners out there. You can call in, donate $75 to New Horizons, and get your vinyl from me, the Hustler's Fool, and that whole donation will go to New Horizons to help other folks out.
It's a cool thing. People, y'all should jump on that deal as soon as possible. Because like you said, you don't have that many of them left, right?
Yeah, and I'll bring 4 of them.
That's awesome.
I think I'm under 25 of them left.
Goodness.
So let's do that for the cause for New Horizons.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure I do too. I appreciate being involved and invited to be a part of this community continuously, and I'm happy to be in this town and amongst the folks that keep it keep it real and keep it the vibe going. Vibe is used a lot now.
I'm guilty of even using that. Like the vibe, it's a good word. It fits with the scenario of just like an energy of a place to where it's just like the vibe is good.
It's good, man.
It's always good. I mean, especially right now, the people that are outside, they're talking, having a good time, and like I said, it's all going to a good cause. So you can just feel a good energy is wrapping around this place right now. It's good.
Sir. Yes,
absolutely.
Sir.
And like you said, so that song was Iowa Park, Texas, right?
That's the town it's about where I grew up, and I lived there till I was about 18, and I took off my first couple of years of what I thought was going to be a college degree. I made it in a couple of years, and I got distracted by guitars and cars and other things.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, like you said, you've done some international stuff too, right?
I have. Yeah, I've been over. I've been to Norway and played music across the whole country, thanks to my friends Hans and Marita Fredrickson. And I have been to Costa Rica numerous times with Texas Heritage Vineyards here in town. We've been to Alaska, which is almost international. We did stop in Canada.
That's what I'm saying.
On a music cruise with several of the folks that were here today. Shannon and Annie that were before me interviewing. Mike Blakely, Woody Eastman, Chuck Hawthorne was on that gig. He lives out in Bastrop. Libby Koch, they live out in Bastrop. The music community is wonderful, and we seem to keep each other healthy mentally, and we challenge each other to just keep up this work. And
absolutely, and so like going back and touching back on the international stuff. I just got to ask, like you've got a pretty lengthy career as far as, just like you said, jam sessions to playing, in dance halls, saloons, or just the random gig that you just want to pick up and, just see some good stuff. But were there major differences as far as like we just spoke about the term, but the vibe as far as what you got here in the States compared to what you got internationally, or was it kind of the same, or was it just like a different, same of energy? Like what was that like for you, especially that first time going?
It varies, I'll tell you, Europe in general, Texas is novel to the whole world.
Right, yeah.
So immediately you have a card up your sleeve. You're Texan, you walk in with a hat on, they want to hear your accent, they want to know what it's like here, what part of it is folklore and what part is real.
Yes, sir.
And so the attention you get on a one-off gig where you've been billed heavy, it's so beautiful in Europe and Norway, and or when you're on those special trips with 75 people that do know you, but you're going to a wonderful place, like when we did the Alaskan cruise. The attention is wonderful. It's like playing a theater on those gigs. When you play your community and you're here a lot, it varies. And in Europe, they can get rowdy too. So there's some gigs where things like Small Potatoes, or if you play a Johnny Cash song, they'll get wound up. Because they follow our music and the traditions that it came from. So, funny thing, little quip here is that when I was in Norway, every gig I did, they didn't ask for Johnny Cash as much as they asked for John Denver, Country Roads. And if you don't learn that song before you go to Europe, you're going to regret it, because they want
that.
and they will give you the equal treatment when it comes to your song, but they love some of the American tradition in songwriting and storytelling.
Well, where it's been really cool to sit down with you, and it's like I said, with everybody that I've been with, Shani and now you, it's been really cool to see, just as far as the different flavors that come with each artist that we have, and yours, like I said, if you aren't listening to the song, you may miss the point, but still at the same part, it's you keep the groove and tune of it to where you can still keep on going, but the true essence of your song is listening to the words, and it's a really cool thing.
It is, and most of the folks y'all had in today, the words are they're up front, they're personal, a lot of them, and they're important. And we try to put good music to it, so it is a foot tapping beat, and some of them, it varies. So
yes, sir.
You've got it, man. That's the story, and we'll stick to it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Well, Stephen K. Morris, I appreciate you so much for being here, and thank you so much. And New Horizons, y'all are. We're doing an amazing thing here, and Stephen K. Morris kept the energy up and good. We're all good. Mr. Jerry Sotelo, you coming back up on the mic? So
thank you for having me, and good to meet you, Drigo.